Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a look at something really foundational. It's just one chapter, but wow, it sets the stage for so much. We're diving into Psalm 1, trying to figure out what it tells us about, living a life that really flourishes versus one that's, well, unstable. Our mission really is to pull out the core wisdom here, see how these ancient words can actually guide us today. Especially with, all the noise, right? Information overload, so many voices telling us what to do. How can something this old still, shape our choices, strengthen our faith?
It's actually pretty amazing how Psalm 1 does that right from the start. It lays out these two paths immediately, the path of the righteous and the path of the wicked. Kicks off describing the blessed person. And blessed here isn't just lucky, it's more like truly happy, thriving.
Thriving, okay.
Yeah. And this person is shown as someone who very deliberately keeps their distance from, let's say, ungodly influences. They don't walk in their counsel, so not taking their advice. They don't stand in their way, meaning they avoid their habits, their path, and they definitely don't sit with the mockers or the scornful. They refuse that whole cynical attitude.
So it's not just sort of drifting away, it's an active choice, a strategic distancing almost. But what about the flip side? What do they do? What's the positive action?
Yes, that's really the core of it. Instead of soaking in all that negativity or bad advice, the blessed person finds joy, real delight in God's law, his teaching, and they meditate on it day and night.
Day and night, that sounds intense.
It is, but it implies this deep, ongoing engagement. Not just reading a line here or there. It's more like letting it steep in your mind constantly, letting it shape your thoughts, your reactions, everything.
And the picture it paints next is so memorable. This person, rooted in God's law, is like a tree. What jumps out at you about that specific image, beyond just, being strong?
Well, the detail is important. It says, like a tree planted by rivers of water. Not just near water, but planted, intentionally placed. And rivers, plural, suggests abundant, reliable nourishment.
Multiple streams, consistent source.
Exactly. And because of that connection, the tree is stable. It bears fruit when it's supposed to in its season. Its leaves don't wither. It prospers, not by accident, but because it's tapped into that life source. And then you get the contrast, which couldn't be sharper.
Right, the wicked.
They're compared to chaff. The dry, weightless husks left over after threshing grain. Back then, they'd toss the grain up. The wind would blow the light, worthless chaff away. Scatter.
It's just gone. No substance.
Utter impermanence.
Yeah.
Instability. It's an image of being easily discarded, ultimately lost.
Wow. That's a powerful difference. Okay, so bringing this home, how does this ancient poetry, this contrast, actually speak to us now? What's the actionable takeaway for our lives today?
It's surprisingly relevant, isn't it? Especially thinking about information overload. Psalm 1 basically gives us an ancient model for, curating our mental and spiritual diet. First off, it screams about how important it is to choose who and what shapes our thinking. We have to be discerning.
So it's more than just avoiding, bad company in person. It's about the mental input, like a filter. With social media feeds and algorithms constantly feeding us stuff, that idea of avoiding toxic counsel feels very, very current.
Absolutely. Psalm 1 is warning us.
Yeah.
Don't just passively absorb unwise, ungodly, or cynical input. We need to be really careful about who we listen to, the content we consume online, the shows we watch, the voices we let into our heads day after day. If we want to strengthen our faith, we consciously choose influences that align with truth, that actually guide us towards obedience.
And the meditating day and night part, how does that realistically translate today? Practically speaking, for someone busy, distracted, how do you do that consistently?
Yeah, that's a key question. It's probably not about locking yourself away for hours. It's more about consistent, intentional connection. Maybe it's short, focused time in the morning. Maybe it's journaling on a verse that struck you, or even using scripture-based reminders or affirmations during the day to keep your mind anchored.
Anchoring.
Right. That regular engagement builds a kind of spiritual discipline. It grounds us, and it makes obedience feel less like a chore and more like the natural result of being spiritually fed. You're actively tuning your heart and mind to God's wisdom. That's how faith gets stronger from the inside out.
So it pushes back against that need for quick fixes or instant success we see everywhere.
Yeah.
Psalm 1 seems to be promoting deep roots, slow growth. That tree, it's planted. Does that imply effort on our part? Or is the nourishment just there?
Oh, it definitely implies effort, or rather intentionality. The tree is planted. It didn't just randomly sprout there. It speaks volumes about choosing where we put ourselves.
Hmm.
Emotionally, spiritually, intellectually. We choose our soil, so to speak. We choose to be by the rivers.
Okay, so we choose our position.
Yes. And focusing on getting rooted like that builds resilience. Stability. You become driven by your values, not just reacting to circumstances. That's where the real lasting fruit comes from. It's about building an enduring faith. Trusting that if you stay planted, stay connected, the fruit will come. Maybe not immediately, but in its season, as the psalm says. It requires patience, faith in the process.
Stay consistent. Trust the timing. Okay, so it's not passive at all. It's about deliberate choices every day, not just avoiding the bad stuff, but actively choosing the good, choosing what nourishes us, what aligns with truth, living that intentionally. That seems key to strengthening faith and walking in obedience.
Exactly. The core message here in Psalm 1 is this fundamental choice. Are you going to live rooted or are you going to live reactively? It's a reminder that where we plant ourselves mentally, morally, spiritually, that determines our path, our outcome. It's not about finding shortcuts. It's about those deliberate, consistent choices that build our character, that shape who we become.
Yeah, this deep dive really underlines it. If we intentionally, consciously align ourselves with wisdom, keep nourishing our spirits, we really can cultivate that blessed life, fruitful, stable, like that tree. So the question for you listening is, what does this mean for you right now? How could actively choosing your influences, maybe filtering your input a bit more, and deepening your connection with timeless truth, how could that lead you to a more rooted, resilient, maybe more faith-filled life? Have you thought about what rivers of water you're currently planted by? Are they actually nourishing you?